Hi, I'm Laurie Lane-Zucker, founder and CEO of Impact Entrepreneur, and I'm here in Sydney, Australia at the Asia Pacific Impact Investing Summit, and I'm with Donnie Maclurcan, who is with the Post Growth Institute. And Donnie, now you live in the Pacific Northwest of the United States, but your accent will reveal that you're actually from somewhere else.
I'm originally born in Sydney, Australia. I'm glad to be back here for this event, but I live in Ashland, Oregon these days.
Fine town. The Sydney is an amazing city, and Ashland. I've been there. Very, very cool. Very innovative stuff happening there. Among that amount of or that very interesting work is the Post Growth Institute. Can you tell me a little bit about what you do?
Absolutely. We're an international research organization with a team across 10 different countries, and we're really interested in what would a design for an economy that thrives look like within ecological limits? How do you have a market-based system that can actually serve people and planet?
So give me an example of a project that you're doing right now.
I'll give you two if you don't mind. So
Sure.
we work across research, training, and movement building. So in the research area, we had an inclination a few years ago that there was an opportunity around credit union services in terms of small and medium-sized businesses. We had businesses coming towards us saying, "Hey, we'd love to move our money out of the big banks over to a credit union, but the reality is that the services they provide just aren't quite what we need in terms of being able to move that." So we're currently doing a study in partnership with Filene, the credit union research organization in the US, to explore what would it take to be able to build out fully comprehensive services for credit unions, such that they could actually enable the business activities that are currently served by the bigger banks. And for us, that relates to post-growth and the economy, in terms of the circulation of money, which we see as a central piece in all of this, as a way to address the inequality that we're seeing and the wage deflation and asset inflation, these sorts of characteristics. We're interested in how do we circulate money more through the economy, and for us, credit unions are an incredible example of that. At the other end of the spectrum, with some of our training work, we run the offers and needs market. It's a 90-minute process that is done in communities or at conferences or at peak industry events, these sorts of things, or within companies, where people come together to share what they're offering and what they need from each other. Their passions, their knowledge, their skills, their resources. It could be anything from the professional services that you provide. Let's say it's architectural services, all the way through to offering someone a vehicle that you're selling, for example. And you can then say how available that offer is, whether you want to charge for it, barter for it, negotiate, etc. And then the needs, we look at how urgent are those needs and whether or not you're willing to pay for them. And what we found in these 90-minute processes over the last 10 years of designing this is that when you bring people together and you start with what they've got, what they're offering to each other, you give them a chance to actually even explore what people have to offer beyond just their professional services. When you then give them that silent process to write those things down and speak from a piece of paper instead of a standard networking, which is very spoken word, which isn't very inviting for the introverts among us. When you change the structure for networking, it can be hugely fruitful. In 90 minutes with 100 people in a room, we'll see over 500 matches. And that kind of results are so crucial for building local economic capacity, for social capital. What we find among our predominantly female audiences, for example, is that women are saying, this is an incredible way for me to feel like I can actually speak my voice about what I have to offer. It builds trust in communities. It relocalizes the economy in terms of people finding partners to collaborate on projects, new business partners, people wanting to start new business ventures, all of these sorts of things. So we're super excited about the offers and needs market and expanding it around the world right now.
Can you give me one or two examples of an offer that you've seen that it was, particularly interesting?
Oh gosh, I've seen so many offers. I just ran a market in Cairo, in Egypt, and one woman offered to teach anyone in her circle, because it's done in small circles, Egyptian cooking. And the next day I was in a place where I bumped into that same woman again, another woman who said that her mother, who's 80 years of age, is going to take up the other person's offer and learn for the first time how to do traditional Egyptian cooking. All the way through to tomorrow night, I'm running an offers and needs market here in Sydney. And I'll be sharing an offer of a $500,000 business opportunity that a friend of mine said that they'd like me to gift on their behalf to someone who might be interested in taking up their business in the health and wellness area.
So a $500,000 company will be gifted to somebody.
Will be gifted. Over 20,000 clientele, a database of almost the same amount, equipment, the brand that's been developed over 25 years, gifted. All because I told this friend of mine, about the offers and needs market process. And it's amazing. Some people are just so excited about the prospect of this circulation within community. I mean, it's always amazing how we don't meet and talk about what we've got to offer each other. We usually talk about what we do, which is only a small piece of what we have to offer each other. I hear you're going to go for a bridge climb in a minute, and I'm about to share some ideas about the bridge climb experience, both before and after, because I know that that's something that you're going to be doing, and so I've got something to offer into that space. There's always opportunities in community to strengthen that bonds if we have methods to actually bring that out, to catalyze that magic that exists.
Donnie, that's a really beautiful model. Give me the domain address of your website so people can get more information.
For the offers and needs market, it's offersandneeds.com. And for our general work, it's postgrowth.org.
Great. Donnie, great to see you again, and thanks for sitting down with me.
Thanks so much, Laurie.